Decades and our managers that have just joined. My name is Sithandazile Ntenezi. I'm coming from Lynca meets all the way in the Val. So I'm representing my team here, the Mosaic crew, and this is the highlights that we have identified as a team to say, since we came to this core Dyna training, what is it that has stood out for us? The first thing was that the energetic and competitive nature around group tasks. We saw that with every team that we were joining and every task that was coming up, we were able to make sure that we want to be better than the last time that we were. We also wanted to be able to perform better than the other teams and obviously come first. So it was a lot of motivation on our side. And then the second one was the preparedness of training material and the smooth running of tasks by the facilitator. This one stood out for us. All the times we were aware of what is happening next. And the training material to us was so clear. We knew that if we had to do a test, after this test, we need to do a discussion. After this discussion, this is what happened. So I think we would like to commend Dyna for that. The training material was really very understandable to our side. And then the next one was the different tools that were provided to us to help us address issues and tasks, including the videos that the facilitator kept sending to our WhatsApp group. So with these ones, we are referring to the different things that it was provided, like the time logs. Some of those things we didn't have them before in our workplaces. So now we are able to take these things and use them back in the workplace with our teams. The time logs and other things that were provided to us as tools that will help us as we get back to our plans. And then the changes that some have already made. I think the first one that stood out for all of us was the one-on-one meetings. We discovered that this training brought that to our attention, that most of our people, we really don't get to meet them, and us also meeting our managers. So we have already introduced one-on-one meetings, and some have also introduced full team meetings. And this has helped us to actually get an insight of what our team feels, or what our team struggles with, and what our team would really want to communicate to us as their leaders. And then the next one was the delegation of duties, which was your time logs and proper planning of our activities and tasks. So with this training, most of us were able to go back and plan our days properly. That was the first thing. And then to delegate duties, we found that most of us were holding on to duties that could have been done by our team members, but we were still holding on. So we're able to execute this delegation of duties to people that we are leading and that are capable of doing these things, therefore giving ourselves time to concentrate on other things. And then the last one from changes was prioritizing of important things. I think this one stood out for all of us to say that most of the times we are running around with things that are urgent, yet they're not important. So from this training, we have learned that we need to look at the importance of things so that we can prioritize them in our day-to-day planning. Hence, that one stood out for all of us. And then on the return on investment, the different things that we had was 3 things that came out from the team members. I think the first one was time. That came from Peter, that after the whole learning on the planning and the delegation of his duties, he managed to save his company 1 hour 36 minutes of production time per week. Time that they are able to do other things to better improve the process or attend to problems. So now he has time that is extra that can be used in other productive manners. And then the second one was from one of our members from Spencer, which was 4% improvement on pack to melt product. So he says the target for the company was 88%. So his team has actually been sitting on 84%. But with the things that he got from this training that he got back and implemented, he managed to get the team from, his team was 80%. So the target is 88%. So he has managed to get the team to 84%, which is very commendable because they are almost close to the 88% that is expected from him. And then the last one is a project that is still ongoing from Cliff, which the project that he chose on is looking at saving about 250,000 rands per converter module that they actually inspect. So they were not able to inspect the converter modules before they send them to Durban. Now with this new thing that is introduced to the team, they are looking at actually executing this and saving about 250,000 rands per converter that will be inspected and checked before it actually goes to Durban. Thank you so much.